Okay, so this is going to be my last, probably my last seed starting video for the year. Just kind of a final update on what things were like when I first started all the way back in. It was like almost March, I think, so it's been quite a few months now. You know, summer is pretty much here, except for just today. This weekend seems like it's been a little bit colder, and we just had some flash rains coming through. But everything seems to be doing good. But my seeds, though, they've just been so unbelievably slow. My beans took forever, and they just keep dying out. Things just keep eating them, so I'm going to try again, but I don't really have much faith in I've been trying, so I need to try to mix it up. My one pea has been doing great here, and I've been getting a couple little peas off them now, but I'm going to try saving seeds off them. That's my primary purpose of having it there in the first place at this point. But all these guys that I grew from seed here, they've just been so slow, and I think I figured out why. And it's that either the cells that I bought were too small for what I tried growing. I think that cells that size are more apt for growing things like lettuce and that sort of thing. But also I think the mix that I was using it's an old soil mix that's just spent out. And these guys here, so this is my sage and this is my savory. If you guys remember from some of my previous videos, I've shown you my chart, and it shows you where they are in my cells. I got them up there, trying to get as much sunlight on them, and they were just so small. They were barely about, like maybe yay big. And about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago now, I put them in these, and they've just doubled in size. These guys, they're still small, but still doing really good by comparison to how quickly they were growing before. And I think that the soil that I used was just really bad for it. They say that a seed has enough energy to get itself growing a couple true leaves. I don't know how much that applies to all plants, but at the very least, once I got these guys in some new soil, they started doing so much better. And I actually need these containers because I really want to get my tomatoes out. I don't know if specifically this zone it's typical, but it just seems to me like it's really late for trying to get my tomatoes out into the ground already. So I'm going to be upsizing them into these since they're still, really, really small. They're about as small as these guys, which is like barely germinated essentially for tomatoes still. But I'm going to get them in these size containers here with some of that newer stuff that I have. It's wood chips, broken down wood, and it's not this type of wood chips. It's pelletized chips that I use as animal bedding for my chickens, mixed with chicken droppings. And this is all from last year, so it's broken down quite a bit, and it seems to be doing pretty well for these guys. Most everything that I've tried mixing and growing them in with has been doing pretty well so far, except for my beans. So I'm going to put these guys in the ground like right over here somewhere, just so they're near the deck. They've got plenty of sunlight here. And then I'm going to upsize my tomatoes into these pots, just to hopefully try to get them to start growing a little bit more before I finally get them in the ground.